Okay, a very good morning to all of you. All right, Claire, you can join us for this 1.5-hour webinar. Okay, I trust that you have at least tried, all right, paper one, even if you haven't finished everything. Maybe hope that you're giving it a try at least, so that this webinar will be more beneficial for you. Okay, and I also want to commend you for sacrificing 1.5 hours of your holiday, no matter whether you are forced to come for this or you decide to come for this. Make the most out of it. All right. Along the way, I'll also be sharing some tips with all of you on how to answer some questions. Also about what are the common mistakes made by students, and as teachers, when we mark papers, what do we look out for when we give the marks. Okay. So whatever you can learn from it, and hopefully this will help you for your end of year exams, which are coming up in less than 25 days. Okay, come. So we'll begin with paper one today, and I think that you'll do paper two on another day as well. All right. Okay, let me talk a bit about paper one's style first. So I've been a teacher for about 10 years, about three to four schools in the past. So when we set papers for paper one, we usually set it as more questions, but easier questions. That's how we set paper one. Paper two is the opposite. Paper two has longer questions, more parts, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, okay? But lesser questions in general. And normally with paper one, we're testing more on the concepts and workings rather than so much of the problem sum kind, as you will see later. All right. Okay, so paper one normally is about 40 marks. It might differ a bit, plus minus, depending on school. Some schools they put 50 marks. Okay, some they put 30 marks. It depends on your school. All right. Okay, so let's dive into it. For page one, normally you see all the estimation questions, prime numbers, HCF, LCM. All right. So for question one, it says express 759.529 correct to 3 SF or 3 significant figures. So I want to highlight some common mistakes first. Many students think that 3SF is 3DP. It is not true. So if you have a papers with you, you can copy this down. Remember that 3 significant figures is not 3 decimal places. It is not. Okay, so be very mindful as you do this kind of questions. SF refer to digits that are important. Okay, so over here, right, the 3 SF that we're looking for is actually the first 3 digits. Oops, overshot a bit. Okay, which means that we're looking at the 4th digit to decide whether or not to round up or to round down. We're looking at the 4th digit, which is the 5 over here. Anything 5 and above, we round it up, right? We round it up. But the tricky part is that this is 759. So we round up, it's going to become 7, 6, 0. Okay, it's going to become 760. And that's it. Okay, and that's it. Common mistakes from students, they will put 76. Or some of them will put 700. But it cannot be because you're rounding up. It should be a larger number. It shouldn't be as small as 76 or 700. So the answer for this will be 760. All right. Now, for 1 decimal place, this one is quite straightforward. Let me write the number out again so you can see more clearly. So 1 decimal place, we are looking at the 10th place, literally this one, the 5. Which means that we're looking at the next decimal place, the 2nd decimal place to decide where to round up or round down, right? So here, 2 is less than 5. Therefore, we will round down. Okay, so we can leave our answer as 759.5. And that's it for question 1. Okay, so even as I go through with you, feel free to self-mark and also write down the important points and everything. Okay. All right. After every page, I will pause for a while to allow you to copy down the important points. Okay, next. Question 2. Very common mistake. Many students, when they are, exam stressed, they will just straight away throw this into the calculator. But be very careful. It says estimate. When it says estimate, before you throw into the calculator, you have to estimate first. Now, be mindful of this. I'll teach you a trick. When they say without the use of a calculator, right, or do not use a calculator, right, actually can use that. Okay, I put it that way. Actually can use, just that they want to see your working. They want to see your estimation before you use your calculator. That's what we're looking out for. So over here, right, before you do anything, you will have to estimate first. Estimate to what? To most of the times the nearest whole number. If they never say, right, if they say, you follow them, but if they never say, you go for the nearest whole number. So if I estimate this, if I estimate 4.03 over, sorry, times square root 99 over bracket negative 2.016 cubed. What I'm actually doing is that I have to draw the wavy sign, right? The estimation sign. This will be estimated to 4 times, go for the nearest and the most convenient number. In this case, will be square root 100 over negative 2 cubed. So remember, when they say estimate, right? Estimate first, then calculate. Okay, let me write out the corner for you. So when they say estimate, estimate first, then you calculate. Okay? So after you have estimated, feel free to throw into your calculator because the 1 mark comes from the estimation. Okay? So here you have 4 times 10 over negative 8, which is 40 over negative 8, and the answer will be negative 5. All right? So that's it for question 2 also. Okay? So remember to estimate first. Don't just press calculator or try to solve it. All right? Okay, I'm gonna zoom out a bit so I can go down. All right, and you have your first algebra question. Okay, so let's do a simple, quick activity. Spot my mistake. Okay, spot my mistake. It's a very common mistake. I can guarantee you that 20% or more of students will make this mistake. Okay, take a look at this. Try to spot my mistake. What is wrong with this? There are 2 things wrong with this. Okay, maybe I give you 20 seconds before I tell you what's wrong with this. Don't copy, don't copy down. This is wrong. Okay, spot my mistake. Somewhere, somehow, I have made 2 mistakes. Okay, so if you can spot my mistake, error number 1 is here. This should be negative 21, right? That's the first mistake. So let me change that. This should be negative 21. Why? Because I took negative 7 multiplied by 3x. So here should be negative 21x. Okay. Second mistake. Negative 7 times negative 1. Here should be a positive 7. Lesson learned. When you do your rainbow, whatever you call it, your expansion, make sure that you bring the sign, the minus or the plus sign along with you. You can use calculator. Your calculator, you can press minus negative 7 times 3x. You can go and press negative 7 times negative 1. But make sure you bring the sign along with you when you multiply. Okay? Now, once this is done, you can do grouping. How to group? It's already grouped already actually. The final answer will be 2x squared minus 18x plus 7. Okay, that will be the final answer. So remember to do your rainbows and your expansion with the sign. Okay, for example, if the question is this, negative 4 bracket negative x plus y. This is an example only. Remember to bring along the negative sign with you as you rainbow. So the first rainbow will be 4x. And the second rainbow in this case, okay, will be negative 4y. So bring your sign along, the minus and the plus when you do your expansion. Very important. All right? Okay. All right, next question. This one is just putting in the numbers, right? 2a minus 3b. So what's going to happen here? Okay, you can simply just type in the values. So we have 2a minus 3b equal 2 bracket 3, because a is 3, right? Minus 3 bracket half. Once you have this, you have your first mark already. The first mark comes from subbing in the correct values. Then you can press your calculator and you will get 6 minus 3 over 2, which is none other than 4.5. Of course, we will also accept 4.5. Then you ask me, Mr. Yo, can I use improper fraction? My answer to you is try not to. Okay, try not to. If it's me, I'm not correct. But some schools, they are very strict about using mixed numbers or using decimals. Just don't use improper fractions if you can. Okay? I mean, if your school allows, then good for you. But not every school likes improper fractions. All right? Can I? Okay, as mentioned, I will pause for a while, let you copy down any important things from the first page before we carry on. Okay, I give you about maybe 1 minute. For those of you who came a bit later, you might want to copy down question 1 if you forgot. Okay? So 1 minute, copy down what you need, then we will move on.